Yeah, the worst part of it is the standing part. Standing, I've really found that that's where it gets me. And so, yeah, like a pistol one class, more standing, right? Or a pistol two class, more, maybe more movement. And then I actually end up doing a little bit more better in those classes as far as like body wise. If I move around more, then it's actually
Fluid.
better.
I got a switch in my head. I go from living to dead. You got me seeing all red. Now I'm becoming a threat. I fucking heard what you said. I'll make you have some regrets. And no, I never forget. So now you have a few debts. That shit, it needs to be paid with blood or some sort of pain. You caused a permanent stain, which has determined your fate. I've never seen so clear. I feel the end and it's near. The day of reckoning's here. The sound of deafening fear. Oh.
All right, here we are with episode 2 of Locked, Cocked, and Unfiltered with myself, Clayton, and Tony. And we have our special guest of the evening, the Missus of Pivotal Defense. I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself, Jen.
Jennifer Schlosser, and I am the co-owner of Pivotal Defense, or Schlosser, as Tony was saying.
Yes. Oh, God. Y'all need jerseys with Pivotal Defense, and then your name is Schocklosser.
Definitely. Phonetically spelled on the back.
Yeah.
Shock
Okay.
loss. Common spelling.
Oh man.
So, I know last time we talked about a lot of stuff. We focused a lot on talking about training, and that was one reason that we wanted to get Jen on here to kind of give a little background on her and kind of what she's been through and been able to overcome and stuff, and also kind of help us reinforce that topic of why training is important. So I think we'll go ahead and just dive right into it and kind of let you go through exactly what you went through and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to say thanks for having me on your guys' show as episode 2. So in 2016, I was directing traffic in Minneapolis, and it was for rush hour traffic. And I got hit by a car, and I flew about 12 feet. Luckily, I didn't break a bone, but instantly, I couldn't feel anything from my waist down. And I was terrified. I thought I was like paralyzed. It's been a long road since then. I had 3 surgeries from torn ligaments, but I have muscle and nerve damage. But that hasn't been an excuse for me when it comes to training. I really started training first with pistols, and I did a 2-day course with Kevin Dixie at No Other Choice. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to do the second day. And the first half of the day, I was struggling, but Clayton asked me, are you gonna do this? Are you gonna be able to do this? Do you want to come back tomorrow? And I said, hell yeah, I'm coming back tomorrow. I pushed through that class. I hurt so bad. I walked like I walked when I was done with that class that weekend. I walked like I did after my accident, like a 100-year-old grandma. I was sore as shit, but I pushed through that class because the experience, the knowledge, the learning, just just even having fun with people in the class and enjoying that entire class as it was, and that hasn't stopped me since 2020. And I've done, I don't know, I've lost count of how many training classes with pistol and rifle, and wanted to do shotgun, but either way, I haven't made excuses. Each time it's getting better, but I love it. I love being out there. And you know what? I'm a busy mom. I also have a full-time job. I could be doing other things too. But if you are going to be caring out there, it is 100% important to train. If you are out there, I haven't been in a self-defense shooting, but if you are out there and something does happen and something goes down and you happen to F up, that's most likely because you've had no training.
Hang on,
Training is super important.
I don't mean to cut you off there, but
Okay.
This isn't kid friendly, so you can say fuck up.
You will fuck up.
She's trying to make us look like we're the, like, you know.
I know we're
all trying to be serious and.
I know.
You will fuck up.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. Because when you do training, you are doing 7-8 hours of the same shit over and over and over again. And no matter how many times you dry fire at home, you need to go out and do the real thing. You need to go take a class. You need to hear from other instructors, other coaches. You really need to get that skill, that muscle memory down, or it could be you dead in the ground. And it's no joke.
Yep, you're 100% right. It is no joke. Now, was the accident in 2020? Is that when that accident happened?
No, it happened in 2016.
2016. Okay.
I think we should definitely put a link to the video in the description too, by the way, Chris.
I'll leave that up to y'all, man. I mean, that's your call on that. We can do that. That's not a problem.
So I think I'm cool with it if she is. I think people need to see the video to understand the grasp of what she actually went through.
Oh yeah,
and what she's overcome.
Yeah, when y'all showed it to me, I was like, Jesus. I mean, yeah, when she said she flew in the air, and we'll definitely have a way for y'all to see that video. If it's not in here, we'll definitely link that in. But just to see that and think about everything you went through, and then, spending time out on the range, it is a lot. I mean, I haven't even been through anything like that. And I mean, a day, 2 days on the range, depending on what you're doing, 3 days on the range. I mean, it wears on you, and you do feel like you're beat up afterwards and stuff.
Yeah, the worst part of it is the standing part. Standing, I have really found that's where it gets me. And so, yeah, like a Pistol 1 class, more standing, right? Or a Pistol 2 class, maybe more movement. And then I actually end up doing a little bit more better in those classes as far as like body-wise. If I move around more, then it's actually better.
A little easier than just, some of that stuff, it does get kind of, especially the ones, the beginner classes and stuff, it does get, a little bit more static where you're just kind of standing there. So I definitely get that, because I'll be honest, moving around, I mean, I'm getting to be an old fart now. I see what my dad always talked about, but, kind of standing around, it starts beating up on the body. But moving seems to make that a little bit better. Yeah, I couldn't. No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
What Chris was talking about is there was a video of my accident. It was off of a ramp video. And then I actually went in about a month or so after the accident, and I went to the records, Minneapolis MPD records, and they showed me the video. And I watched it and I said, that's it? Because that's how much I hurt. Like, I thought that was like nothing compared to how I hurt. Like, my first goal after that accident was to be able to cross my legs. I could not do that for the longest time. I could not sit on the floor and play with my kids. But I kept having small goals after one another, and I kept beating them. And I pushed for as much therapy and as much whatever as I could get. So.
No, and that even kind of helps carry over into your training, I'm sure, as well, too. Setting those small goals of things you want to improve on and stuff. But I think sometimes we get caught in making excuses. I know I've been guilty of that with a lot of stuff, and not making those excuses because of what you went through is huge. But it's great to, definitely get the people to understand there are ways to still get out and train no matter what you've been through. Like, I mean, I've had people in wheelchairs come to me, and ask about, if I'd be willing to train them. And I'm like, well, yeah, but and then hearing a lot of their stories where a lot of people don't want to work with them because they're in a wheelchair. I mean, that's just, to me, that's horrible. I mean, you should be able to work with anybody, no matter what their situation is. And I mean, to go from that situation to training to now you're actually teaching is just a tremendous stride in itself right there.
I just want to know when Tony's going to take the class on a scooter.
Well, I'd like to say Jen has shown great resolve and great inner strength to walk around with that last name. I mean, really, what is a Schlosser? It
There
sounds
we
like
go.
some kind of name of a prehistoric pterodactyl from a third world European country. I don't know what that is. What is a Schlosser? And how?
See, I didn't
What
see that
village of
coming.
goat humpers? What village of mountain goat humpers did you people come from with that last name?
Oh, Tony, I love you.
Hey,
Can't take
Grandpa
him anywhere.
Slaglasser came to America on a boat with his favorite goat because he was a bad boy.
Oh God, can't take you anywhere, man.
I
Definitely,
know.
not definitely not the Cracker Barrel.
Not since that restraining order they put on us the last time we were there. Thank God I told him I was Kevin Dixon.
Oh God.
Luckily, I'm not lactose intolerant for all the freaking cream I had to put in my coffee. Only man I know
Oh,
16
man.
ounces of cream and an 8-ounce cup of coffee.
Oh, oh my
It's
God.
like warm milk. Anyway, yeah, Jen, it's horrible. If you watch the video of her getting plowed over by a freaking vehicle, just brace yourself because it's someone getting hit by a truck. Clayton told me, "Oh yeah, Jen got hit," and I put it on, and it was the death 16. He didn't tell me it was somebody I cared about getting plowed over with a car flying across a room, but it's okay. I lived through it. She lived through it. We're both better people because of it.
Oh, jeez, Tony.
But
So
no,
congratulations.
but and yeah, the way you had talked about it when we first met and stuff, I was like, man, I mean, getting hit by a car is bad enough, but then you showed me the video, and I'm like, holy shit, she turned into freaking Supergirl there. I mean, that was crazy in itself right there. To bounce back and be, where you are today is huge, absolutely huge. But it's she hasn't let it stop her, and that's, I think, what a lot of people need to understand is she didn't let that stop her. And a lot of times, I think sometimes we let things get in the way and stop us from being able to do what we need to do. And look, we're not saying you need to go out every single day and take a class. I'm not even saying, depending on how people have stuff set up, I've got things set up to where, you could probably come in and take one class a month with doing some of my reinforcements. So if you can't make an all-day class, I've got options out there, just like all of us have options out there. And I know I do private classes. Clayton, I know y'all do private classes. Tony's got his events and stuff. I'm sure he would probably do private classes if he felt more comfortable in that type of setting as well, too.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of people get caught up watching what people post on social media and think that's what they're going to be doing in training, and that they're not ready for that. One, people cherry pick what they show you on social media, and that's just regular people that do that. Then the instructors do a whole nother level. Depends on who they're looking for as students. And I'll go ahead and say an overwhelming amount of instructors online are looking for men between the ages of like 18 and 35. Like they want the dudes that are LARPing. And you don't have somebody go, no, I kind of specialize in families and women coming in and learning this. And you're not turned on by somebody in freaking 5'11" pants and a and a freaking tactical vest. But it's like, yeah, people are intimidated by that because you've made it intimidating. You're not making it welcome to people and even identifiable to most people. You're still concentrating on that very small segment, in my opinion, of the demographic. That's the dude that's kind of LARPing. I mean, and nothing's wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with Sakan, but that's the overwhelming majority of even the ads from the companies. I mean, because Jen has her carry gun, her self-defense firearm, and that was Walter finally concentrating on advertising to women,
Yeah.
and made that particular firearm for women, which I still think smart move doing it that way. But I think it turned a lot of people off because I was actually talking to a guy at Great American Outdoor Show about how great this thing feels in my hand because it's easy enough for me to actually hit the mag release without breaking my firing grip because it has the Walter PDPF has a smaller diameter grip that allows me to hit the mag release without shifting my hand. And I was like, this is really nice. It feels great. It's got a great trigger. I like everything about this thing. And some guy was like, well, I'm not female. And I'm like, bro, it's
Don't
just
matter.
an advertising thing. Nobody cares. Nobody knows what the F in it means, bro.
Yeah.
You can leave the F off if you buy the thing. It's your gun.
But I don't know, that's what I like about my Glock. When I'm holding something hard and black, I like shifting my grip around.
Yes, you do. But you shouldn't have that look on your face every time you pick one up. That look of ecstasy in your eyes roll back right before the buzzer go up. Like, oh. That's others uncomfortable, man. That's all I'm saying.
As long as he makes eye contact with you, Tony.
Oh, listen, eye contact is one thing. Calling me daddy is another, bro. That's just weird.
You told me you'd pay me more if I said that.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
I said, hey, Chris, you want to do some Bill drills? He's like, who's Bill?
He told me his name was Tony.
Mm-hmm.
Said we were doing Tony drills.
Like, hey, we're gonna do the El Presidente. He was like, I gotta dress up again? I'm like, oh god.
So Chris,
Something about two on the chest and one on the face.
you beat me to it. You beat me to it.
Oh!
I am always going to think of that now. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, there's a mental picture for you.
So welcome everybody to the show, and I really hope you enjoy it, and I hope I spoil Bill drills for you too. Oh my god,
They're forever going to be known as Tony drills now.
Two on the chest and one in the face.
Wow. Oh fuck, that went off the rails quick tonight.
Yes, sir.
But talking about now, back being professional now that we got all the play out of the way, you were talking about how a lot kind of look for, they focus on, like you were saying, the LARPing and stuff, and talking about families and women and things like that, because that was one thing that I was always curious about, is what was holding a lot of ladies back. And I started polling a lot of my lady students that I had coming in, and it kind of shocked me, but it also, I was 50-50 shocked, not shocked, on what a lot of them said. And a lot of them said they were worried about being hit on because it is a, predominantly male industry. Great that it's starting to definitely get more and more females into it. But that was one thing that a lot of ladies told me, is that was the one thing they were worried about being hit on. And the sad thing is I could see that from some instructors, hence why we talked about in our last episode, making sure, you do a good job of vetting your instructors. Unfortunately, something like that might not necessarily be the easiest thing to see, but that is kind of sad that, I wasn't as shocked as what maybe I should have been with something like that, because I could definitely see some people doing that. That's for sure. And if that is one reason you're doing this, then you've got problems.
Right.
Sorry, you've got some serious problems. That was not why I got into this. That's not why I even crosses my mind, no matter who comes through here, unless it's Tony. But that's a story for today. You'll have to subscribe to our OnlyFans for that.
Oh, jeez.
Well, I also wanted to say is, Clayton taught me like a lot, but it's really best that women don't train or
say it.
Go say what?
Mhm.
Say he knows where you're going with this.
We know where you're going.
We know where
Go
you're
ahead.
going. Just say it.
Don't go to the range with your husband.
Yes.
There it is.
Thank you.
Chris,
do
where's
it.
the sound? It didn't work.
Look at it. He's
Because-
just pushing buttons manically.
I don't know what it is. Maybe you guys can explain it a little bit more, but
I know exactly what it is. You don't listen to us.
Oh. Okay, that's one.
I mean,
it's
the same.
the other way around.
See,
Actually, I would say that's
My
a two-way
opinion.
street. I'll
You might
fess
have
up.
to get Kelly on the next one to
When
hear
We
more
should
about
definitely
that.
get Kelly on an episode, Chris.
I don't know about that. I'm already in the doghouse enough by myself. I don't need y'all helping me, damn it. But,
no,
I mean,
what I found
what's
out
the
was
No,
that
it's
we have.
and here's my thing with that too, because I'll be honest, I've caught myself when Kelly and I are on the range being a little harder on her, but for us it's, and I'm not saying I don't care about my students, it's just a different kind of care that we have, because you're the spouse, just like I'm sure you would have the same thing if the roles were reversed. It's just the love that we have for y'all. Just like when I'm down there with Chloe, I'm a little harder on Chloe because I want y'all to be
Perfect.
better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a lot of what it is just of the caring that we have for that. Just like with my mom, when my mom was here, I was a little bit harder on her when she came and did her permit class, because I'm wanting y'all to be better, because I want to make sure you're able to come home. And again, it's not anything against my students. I care about my students. I give them the same training, but I will say I've probably pushed a little harder with Kelly and Chloe and my mom and people that I know, just like I would expect anybody to do.
Right.
But I think that's what a lot of it is, and it's just hard for us to reel that back in, because we don't want something to happen, because we know we can't be there all the time.
Right. And I mean, we won't even stand on the line together on the range taking a course. We just won't do it, because I noticed I had a tendency to look over and try to help it out, and then I get yelled at by people.
Yeah.
So we don't be on the range next to each other anymore. And we do that for that reason, because I want her to do this on her own. She can figure it out, and she has figured it out and has been doing it on her own. And frankly, I wouldn't want to piss her off. Just saying. She can run the hell out of her gun. You guys have seen it.
All right. So I have a different opinion of it as an instructor that screwed up instructing my wife well before I ever became an instructor, and just said all the dumb shit. Just dumb shit. So, and then I became an instructor, and then I watched people that pay me to instruct them wanting to instruct their wife when they're in the class learning from me. I don't need that. Get your ass to that side of the line. Your wife's going to be on that side. You guys are not partners for this.
Yep.
You're not partners for this. I don't need you correcting her when I just had to get you to take your finger off the goddamn pistol trigger guard when you were shooting. And you're looking like a freaking monkey humping a freaking bowling ball, and you're telling her she's doing it wrong. So why don't you get over there, shut the fuck up, and let me do what you're paying me for?
Right.
So I had that. And then one of the only times I ever had to ego check a dude by showing what I could do was a boyfriend that had showed up at one of our classes with a what did he have? He had a Kimber 1911, and
Oh
I guess
shit! Fucking John Wick right there.
yeah, he showed up with all his big dick Kimber energy, and it was an NRA basic class, and of course, when we were at range 14. They have a 15-yard minimum you can have the targets at. So what we were doing again in NRA basics was teaching our students to shoot an 8-inch plate. That was it's a B8 target equivalent at 15 yards, and that was their job. So we taught them, how to run a gun, how to shoot a gun, the basics of it, sight alignment, sight picture, trigger squeeze, follow through, that kind of thing. And they were doing it off of bags of 15. They passed the NRA qualification. And then we had them stand up and shoot and move a little bit from side to side, as much as you can on that. Well, he thought he was too good for it because I can do this, no problem. So I was like, all right, you see that little corner? See the logo for the Dirty Bird target? Yeah, that's your bullseye. See if you can shoot that. So setting down, he was able to hit it. And he did a cluster of about 4 rounds, and then the rest of them strayed. But he got 4 rounds together, and he looked at me and was like, "Yeah, you see that? I put 4 rounds touching. Why don't you try my girlfriend's SR-22? Because she had a Ruger SR-22." I was like, "Okay, I'll aim at the same thing you did." And I put 9 out of 10 rounds through his 4-round cluster, but I did it standing. He was like, "You only hit the paper once." I was like, "No, I aimed at your cluster and I put 9 rounds through it. That last one I pulled it." And he looked at me like, I was like, that's why I'm the instructor. And I just walked off. He was willing to try to show off in front of his chick and try to show up the instructor instead of supporting his girl. I'm not here for you to impress me, dude. I want to make you better than me. Period. I'm getting paid no matter what. You guess who could beat Michael Jordan's coach in basketball? Michael Jordan.
Yep.
Guess who made Michael Jordan better at basketball? His friggin' coach.
Yep.
I'm not here to play you, bro. And I want you to have these skills. Again, you were shooting off a rest. I was shooting standing freehand with a gun I'd never shot before. I didn't even dry fire it. So when I see men and women come into class together, I try to separate them only because of what I've seen before. And depends on their relationship. A lot of times I'll tell her something. She's looking at her husband to co-sign on what I said. Honey, he's paying me.
Right.
So, yeah, I'd rather you not as a student in my class. Look, if you're more comfortable, bring him. It's something I have to deal with as an instructor, and I have things in place that I take care of that. So if that will stop you from coming to a class, if you can't come with your husband or significant other, then do that. Make it my problem.
Yeah, I love the ones
Make it easier on
that.
us.
I love the ones that can't check their ego at the door.
Yeah, that was annoying. And that's the first time I ever really saw that because most people do check. I mean, most people do check their ego at the door because they're there to learn.
Right.
I know I go to classes to learn, regardless of the class. If I've been to it before, if I've had 101 before, I don't care. I'm taking it again. I want to see it through new eyes, not only as a student, but as teachers, to pick up how you're instructing. You may say something in a way I've never said it. You may handle a situation that comes up in class totally different than me, that opens my eyes to a new route to take to get to the same answer you got to, that I would have used different words.
Yeah, definitely.
So
But
I go there like, all right, I want to learn.
yeah, and it goes back to what she started out talking about, is not having, there shouldn't be an excuse, like her accident. I've seen people, I have a friend that's in a wheelchair, he's trained, and like Chris, you've had people come through wheelchairs. Just get out and do it. Just get out and do it. Like you don't know what you don't know, is what I always tell people, right? And it's frustrating because you get all this, like Chris and I were talking the other day. I think there's a lot of stuff that's hurting us right now. And it's people think they I know everything after like we talked before, coming through a permit class. Oh, like we said in the first episode, that is your beginning, not your end. And seeing what she has overcome on the range, and It's phenomenal. You guys have been on the range with her. She does not let it stop her at all. And in fact, honestly, it should be an inspiration to all of us, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to come out and say it.
Especially after she kicked my ass with the skeet shooting.
That she did. But hey, Chris, I bet if you had that 940 Pro Tactical, you might beat her ass.
Remember
That was
Remember
fun.
that?
That game was fun.
I enjoyed it.
It's she's overcome a lot, and every class we take. I'm not just saying this because she's my wife. I'm saying this because it's the fucking truth. I'm proud of her every class she's ever done. She knows her limits.
You're just saying that because she's giving you a hand job under the table right now.
You're getting your Schlosser manipulated. Oh, Schlosser shuffle.
Oh,
Hand jack.
we're gonna have to put a warning on this video. Just saying, guys. Fucking Christ.
And I'd like to go ahead and say tonight's hand job is brought to you by Mossberg 940 Pro.
It's
This hand job is brought to you by Vaseline with cocoa butter.
Y'all are baby oil.
a little bit of barbecue sauce.
Oh my god.
Jang-a-lang, jang-a-lang.
You fucking assholes. But seriously, like it's just you don't do it. We all deal with our own physical ailments. You know, I've got injuries that I overcome with training myself, nothing like hers, but there's some shit that, you know, I've got a bad shoulder, you know, but I just do it.
Yeah, I mean, knees, especially, I know my knees are starting to get where they're just not working like they used to.
Tony offered you fucking knee pads. You keep turning them down.
Oh, that's what I was about to say. Because Tony don't give me no knee pads.
Say the right words. Say the right words. He comes in like he's freaking batting third up, man. This son of a bitch comes in sliding like the World Series. Like he's stealing home.
Please, can I have some knee pads, Daddy?
Oh God! You know what? That's just really made me very uncomfortable.
Chris is all about that chocolate banana.
I can do it like this if it'll make you feel better.
Oh God!
I don't know what that was. That's
I don't know
supposed to be a
what that was
voice or something?
Yeah, what was that, Chris?
That's his bedroom talk.
Oh yeah. Can we
It doesn't have
nothing's into your ear?
It's nothing like Tony's 80s, like porn star talk.
Oh, you like that? You turn that on. Okay.
Yeah.
Just go demonic.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, I love that one. So, yeah, I made the little ad for the thing, and I was like, I think it was like 5 o'clock in the morning. I just was like, all right, cool, let's do this. Thank goodness I didn't try to say Clayton's last name.
I was hoping when I saw that, I was like, please, I know he tried it.
Oh yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
It was 0 attempt. Nope.
I don't feel bad. Everybody messes my last name up anyway.
Right. But
Your name is freaking short plus simple, dude. It's Lyles.
lies.
Exactly. No,
Lilas.
I get Lilas. I get Lilies.
That's
Oh, yeah.
Lilas.
Please.
I get Lilas. I get Lilies. Especially with
Okay,
my
I
ex.
can see if you call it Lilas, you must call it, was it Charis? Charis Lilas? Like you just break words up for no reason? Charis Lyris?
Oh damn.
What the hell is he showing? Sit down, son.
Oh no! Oh no!
You give it over.
It's
Just
Charis.
readily available.
Charis Lilas in the house.
Ah!
Oh shit!
Oh, this
Oh.
it's the DJ playing my song. It's Charis Lyris.
Whips out the gold fucking chain.
Oh God.
Okay, first question. Why do you even have that, Chris?
Oh.
Oh. That's a long story that we'll have to tell you another day.
Yes.
But I just want to say that your husband sent this to me.
I did.
Yeah.
He's sending me jewelry.
I remember the picture.
Mm-hmm.
But
Hey.
okay, so look.
Ah,
Fans,
It won't spin. My beard's getting in the way.
I hate when that happens.
It ain't spinning.
Ruins the foreplay.
Nice.
Not until I put that
Talking
fan up
about-
under it and it blows on your balls.
No, it ruins the Tony drill.
Clayton foreplay is yelling, Jen, brace yourself.
Oh God, Sam coming at you like a Buick brings a whole new perspective about her accident.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway.
Anyways,
I think it's great that she overcame that, and everybody has to work their way through something, especially as you get older. And those are the physical things. But I think one of the things that keeps away is a mental thing. Like Chris said, some ladies think they're going to be hit on. Some people who just got into this, again, think they're going to be just made fun of because they don't shoot as well as some person they saw on YouTube who. And take it from somebody who's seen some of your favorite gun tubers shoot in real life at SHOT Show. Some of them people couldn't fall off a ladder and hit the floor 5 times out of 5. So
Again,
just
back
don't.
to making sure you vet your instructors. And I think that's one, while we're talking about that, we need to check out Kerry's video where he talks about that, instructors and influencers.
oh, absolutely.
Because
Which
that's
video?
one thing is
Carrie Dugan.
Dugan. Yeah, Kerry Dugan with Archangel Defense. He's got a good video series going right now, talking about instructors. Honestly, I would say calling out instructors. It's a really, really good series. And his latest video was talking about, instructors versus influencers. So, and look, I'm not saying anything against influencers. Influencers are great. I think they're needed in every industry, but you need to understand who's the influencer and who's the instructor. Sometimes those aren't both the same thing. So I think some people get caught up with some of the influencers thinking that they're instructors, and not every influencer is an instructor.
Yeah. Well,
Yo, believe me, they're not. I just watched a guy do a video on the CZ75. Which one was it? Like a P01, or it was one of the CZs, but one of the CZs that people run a lot. I think it was a P01.
Yeah,
And
the one is I think the popular one.
yeah. I'm pulling
and he
it up
was
now.
like, "Oh, it's hammer fired, and that first shot is a long thing, and
Yeah.
it's just not working for me." And he's just a guy who knows only knows striker fire pistols and only is comfortable with striker fire pistol.
Yeah, the PO1 is the.
Yeah, this is
Mhm.
an PO1.
Yeah, but he had the P01, and he was like, "Oh, this," and all he was naming was things that you have to deal with if you're not dealing with a striker fired handgun. And it's like, it's a different platform, bro. You're not an instructor. You're an influencer. You're a gun tuber that does this for entertainment. You shouldn't be giving advice on what people should carry because you only know one thing. And the longer you're in this, the more you realize you don't know, and you need to become better. And one of the things as an instructor, enough about vetting instructors, let's talk about what instructors should do. You should concentrate on learning more than one type of firearm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Because
100%.
100%.
everybody's not going to get that striker fired pistol. Maybe
Exactly.
they don't want a striker fired pistol. Maybe they don't want a pistol without a safety, and they see all of these Glocks. And believe me, unless you're in this, every damn one of them look alike, by the way. Every polymer freaking frame striker fired pistol looks alike.
Mhm.
Everyone. Unless
Yeah,
you're in this thing, they look like minivans used to. Minivans do right now. If
Right.
you're not into the car, they all look alike. They all look like a bar soap. Just curves all around them, big, dumb, and white, just sitting in the parking lot. So
Why does it
when
gotta
it
be
comes
big,
to
dumb, and
that-
white?
Yeah. Why?
Hey, listen,
Why?
one, I only yelled at you that one time in Cracker Barrel, and I didn't mean it. I was angry.
Tony was hangry.
That woman was so ready to come over and start cussing you out.
Dude, I never
dude.
seen
The look on her face
so
just
fast.
said it all. It was hilarious.
But I want to go back and I want to go back and touch on something because I know you kind of talked about the instructors that should do, but I want to ask Jen, like, what do you think, from a female's perspective, like, what is it that these instructors and what is it that that you think that we could be doing better in this industry to help get the females into these classes more?
Um,
Because let's be honest, the number one growing demographic of shooters is first-time women shooters.
yeah, I don't really know how to answer that. I think, well, even me being a female instructor, for one, like, helps. But I know not everybody has one. But I don't even know how to answer that, honestly.
It is 2025. Chris identifies as.
I mean, yeah.
identical.
I mean,
I am in the middle of my transition.
I guess to be just
That's
really.
the middle of it.
That's the middle.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jen.
Go ahead. Yeah. Shit.
I just to, like, be open and honest, and I don't know too many women who, myself, like, outside of, like, the 2A industry, there's not too many women who are looking at gun videos or whatever have you not, anything related to any firearms or anything. Usually it is from like their husbands or boyfriends bringing them in, or they're just really want for protection because they have been through some shit. So they are going to look for that perfect person to push them through that. We have some very good friends who are female instructors, and that I would highly recommend anyone. But
Jara Hutchins.
Yeah, it's my number one, Jara Hutchins. Although, is it Hutchins now?
Yes,
still Jara Hutchins. But great instructors. Go ahead, Chris.
You mentioned not looking at the videos and stuff like that, and looking for somebody because they've been into a situation or something. That's one thing. How can we get that to be more proactive instead of reactive? Instead of waiting for that situation to happen, and hopefully you survive that situation to be able to now, oh crap, I got to take some training. What do you think is something that or do you think there is something we could do better of to get them to be more proactive with that training?
I think being a woman and I could possibly say other women look for I forgot what I was going to say, but really someone to be, like, supportive and someone who's relatable, maybe who's been in some type of, like, a situation. I think people really look for that rather than, like, oh, this, the intimidation factor, oh, the vest and the, all the things. That's, I mean.
Right, and that's why I try not to, I've tried to do a lot of videos where I've got a plate carrier on or anything like that, and I've probably done some where I've got my belt and stuff on, and I really don't even try to wear that much, even if I'm doing permit classes and stuff, because I don't want to look overbearing or look like the dude that just walked in from the SWAT team or something like that, because I do feel that, and not just women in general, just new shooters in general, that can be very intimidating. But again, it's making sure you vet your instructors, because some instructors come out wearing that stuff, and we need to stop trying to look cool and just look like the person we're trying to reach. And that's, I know for me, that everyday person.
Yeah. Even when like Clayton and I do our permit classes, we're just wearing jeans and a sweatshirt
Jeans,
or a
hoodie, whatever.
t-shirt.
You know, it's just
It's
every day.
whatever. I mean, yeah, regular day.
And I know, even
Chris wears his thong, but that's another story.
Armand and them talked about it at Train and Learn last year. Not
Yes.
dressing like that tactical person. But see, for me, jeans aren't comfortable. I'm sorry, like 5'11" pants are just comfortable.
You
And
should
I know
just
they
wear
make-
leggings, Chris.
Because you got all that booty back there, Chris.
I said you should just wear leggings.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna start a Patreon to get Chris to take a class wearing leggings, just so everyone's aware.
I gotta see this. You gotta be relatable to the ladies, Chris.
And it's funny because in some of my permit classes, we've gotten to talk about, belts and holsters, carry positions, things like that. And I've had women ask me, well, what about these concealed carry bras? And I'm like, it's not something really that I've been able to like test out.
Well, once the transition's finished, you will be able to.
I know, right? But no, what I do tell them is like, this is what I want you to think about. If you're wearing a bra that's concealed carry and your gun's somewhere on your bra, you got to think about you're either going to have to go way up in your shirt or you're going to have to go down in your shirt to get to it. And that's not the most optimal way you need to be drawing a gun out of anything.
But that goes back to what we're talking about as far as
Training.
training.
Yes.
Because I can carry the flashbang holster. Okay, cool. They get it. They put it on, and they think they know how to operate it. You need to train with. I'm not the person to test out a flashbang holster, but I just like when I get a holster, you have to train with that. You have to get those reps in. You have to do it. It's absolutely crucial, and that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, and being a female and carrying not always on body, in purses, backpacks, all the things. I have different things, but I should train with it more. But even to the dry firing and really like get that skill in, that muscle memory in. I know several women who carry in their purse. Some not the best way, but some better. But I've always wondered, now if some shit went down, would you know what to do? Like, how do you carry your purse? Like, what if it like got swung off of you? I mean, so many things.
I'm not like a lot of, women have talked to me about that. And I'm not a big fan of carrying in your purse for that exact reason, because what's the first thing a criminal's really going to try to grab from you? Because they're wanting to grab and go. They're going to grab your purse. So now they've got your purse and they've got your gun. So I'm a big advocate for anybody carrying on their person. And, I talk to them a lot about, what is her name? Adams.
I like to carry.
Adams.
Yeah.
I like to carry purses that are either backpacks, like backpack purses, or the crossbody that is super in right now for a lot of females, even men, where it's just right there. It's protecting their chest, and there's no way like someone's going to be able to get that off.
But Chris, you say not an advocate for purse, but like you show people how to draw from your prison purse, though.
That's a specialized class. That one's not on the books. Yeah, that's 1-on-1.
Kind of like the Brokeback Pro that Jason offers.
But
nice.
But now you were talking about I have no problem with backpacks. I have no problem with fanny packs. I don't care what y'all call it. The little thing you throw across your chest. All right, and you can carry
bag.
That is a fanny pack. I don't care what nobody says. They came back. Y'all just threw them over your shoulder and called it something else and think we wouldn't know what the hell you were doing.
Mine is specifically for tactical purposes. It's bigger. Carries.
I had a big fanny pack back in the day. Damn it! It's still a fanny.
Yeah, Yeah, I bet you did.
I did. I had to put it somewhere. Got to roll that thing up.
It's not what Tony says.
Oh my god.
But it comes.
Get jealous the white man's bigger.
Oh my god.
I just didn't want to make you cry, so I'll just let you go ahead and live with that.
But everything comes back to training, flat out.
Exactly.
And I want to say this. I want to make this absolutely crystal fucking clear. And I know people are going to sit there. Oh, these guys are pushing training because all they want is to get paid and they want the extra money. Bullshit.
Mm-mm.
We push training because we care about this. We're passionate about this. We want you to be able to protect yourself and be an asset to your friends, your family, and your community. Point blank, period. I don't give a fuck about the money.
If I wanted money, I'd have stayed at my corporate job.
If I wanted money,
I would have stayed stripping. I would have stayed stripping.
Wait, when did you retire?
Yeah,
I can't drop it like it's hot anymore, man. I got to get it back up. Like Triple A got tired of coming out helping me.
But that's the thing that Chris and I were talking about the other day on the phone was people think that we push all this training because they just want money. They just want money. No, we don't. That's a bonus. Flat out, it's a bonus. We do this because we care. We want people to be able to protect themselves. Period.
And their family.
And their families. Flat out.
Well, understand what I do with adversity shoots. I'm not helping. Some of my guys are trainers.
Mhm.
Some of my guys are firearms trainers, like legit as a job. But when they're with me, they're volunteering their time. Most of them, about 80%, are not. They're just people that have been instructing their friends and family, and for years, some decades, on how to use a firearm safely. They have a really good manner. So when you come to us, and again, $20. When you come to us, we're just introducing you to firearms, but we're at multiple ranges that you can become comfortable with the range and choose which to choose on your own. So I'm not getting anything from it. We're here because we know it's important. And sorry, but most people don't know what they don't know about training. And they have either an exaggerated sense of how good they are or zero confidence in their skill set at all. And training solves both of those problems.
No, I agree. It's, yeah. It's just one of those things where I'm just going to keep going back to you don't know what you don't know. And just get out and train, flat out. And I don't care if it's, and look, there's some fantastic instructors out there. There's a lot of them. Going back to what we talked about vetting your instructors, but I don't want to go back to that conversation because we've kind of beat that horse to death. But just get out and do it. And a lot of these instructors, the people that actually care about their students, they will work with you to get you in a class. Hey, we're looking for a private lesson. Can you do this? Yeah, sure, absolutely. We will do that. I have done it. We have done it several times. I know Chris has done it. What the hell? But the thing of it is, they will work with you to get you what you need in your class because they care. Point blank, period. Done.
Yeah, I've done it many different ways. I've split classes between 2 days. I've split classes between 3 days. I can work with you on, if money is an issue, we can work with you on payment arrangements and all kind of stuff. Trust me, we understand, we feel it. We take training as well, so we can, anybody, myself, Tony, Clayton, anybody out there that's doing this, that's really truly in this to help you out, is going to work with you on whatever your situation is. If you need something tailored, and if it's something that I can't do, I've got plenty of instructors that I can refer you over to depending on what you're looking for. You know, like if somebody came to me and said, "Hey, I'm going to be a cop. I want to learn more on their tactics and stuff," I'm not going to be like, "Yeah, come on in. I'll be glad." I don't fully understand cop tactics. You know, I've got a military background, so those tactics are a little bit different. Their SOPs are a little bit different. You know, I'm definitely going to send you over to somebody like KD or Ken that does have that law enforcement background.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know where my lane is. A lot of people don't understand where their lane is.
Mm-hmm. That's another thing. But yeah, I mean, just get out and train. Get out and train.
Stop
Yeah,
making
yeah.
excuses.
I was
Exactly.
just gonna say that.
If
No
Yeah.
excuses.
if
Well, and that's something I've got to do because I haven't been on the mat like I need to get better. But it's not like I'm going to go back in and look at my coach and be like, "Hey, I'm going to go do a competition. I want to compete. I want to go get in the ring." No, I mean I have not been training, so that's not even in my mindset. But somehow some people with firearm think, "All right, I watched a couple of videos. I'm freaking John Wick now."
Yep. Basically, this boils down to just if you actually want to train, you won't make excuses. You'll get out. You'll find an instructor. You'll do it.
And don't worry about making your gun look like what our gun looks like, or what whoever you might be watching on YouTube, or whatever TV show or whatever movie you watch. Go get your gun and learn the way that it is. I mean, God, how long did I have just a plain old Glock 19 that I was out there running? And I was out there running it very well. I didn't have an optic on it. I didn't have any kind of fancy sights on it. It was just a Glock out of the box. The only thing I really did to it was I changed out the trigger spring. That was it.
Run what you got. Run what you got.
A Glock 19? You mean like
Tony's
this
got a
was
high
from
point.
You mean this was from 1992 that has all the original parts? The only thing that's changed out is the sights. Yeah,
Tony's got a high point, and that brings up a whole other conversation. And like Tony and I did a video that really sucks that a trailer last year that my mics were all messed up. But I did the Tony drill with the high point, and I turned around and did the Tony drill with my Glock.
Tony drill.
Same thing, same time, same accuracy. I'm not going to use accuracy. I'm going to say it was the acceptable hits. It was in the allowed zone. But I did it with a fucking high point.
never fired it before. Never pulled it.
I never fired the gun before. So
And
that's also
and if
what
you're
training
new,
can do.
you don't. Yeah, if you're new, you don't understand how important that is to actually at least try fire to feel the trigger and knows where it breaks and knows how
And
to
that thing
kind
was
of refocus in your hand.
fucking horrendous, but I did it. You know?
High point is not a smooth, ergonomic gun.
But like right here, I got the truth. Now, this gun is upwards $2,000 gun. It's a great gun. Love the gun. Not everybody can afford something like this. Or even a custom Glock 19 for that matter. Get out, run what you got. You know?
Yeah,
If you got I don't even care. Whatever you got, run it.
if all you can afford is a high point, that's fine. Go get it, run it. I mean, look, we all understand. We're all on budgets. Not all of us can go out and get a Daniel Defense or whatever it might, or a Staccato or whatever it might be, whatever you might be looking at.
The best thing about a high point is if it malfunctions, you can throw it at them.
Ain't that the truth?
That's every gun, though. I mean, let's be truthful. That's every gun. But my whole thing is, you guys are right. I'm glad Jen came on to actually talk about, because it's annoying to hear the excuses when you know people like Jen that are out there kicking ass because they don't have a choice, and they know they're the protector in their family or a protector in their family. And to the ladies that say, well, my husband's got a gun. Well, he's at work. You're at the house. You're your own
Exactly.
self-protector.
Exactly. I'm not always going to be with her.
And you know what? If something happens to your husband, what the fuck are you gonna do? Do you know how to work that gun? Can you pick it up and shoot it at that person?
I have that exact conversation in my 101 classes with ladies because I'm showing them how to break the gun down, maintenance, things like that. And a lot of them will always tell me, oh, my husband will take care of that. Well, what if something happens to your gun when your husband's not there and you need it? You need to understand how it works so you can understand what you need to do to fix it.
Yeah, if it malfunctions.
And look, I know I'm fully confident in if something happens to me or she's by herself, she's going to handle business and she's going to fuck you up 5 ways a Sunday. She will. Absolutely, she will.
If I need to, yeah.
Yeah, if she needs to. You know, I think this has been a great conversation. Honestly, I'm really glad she's been able to share her story because I think more people need to hear stories like this.
Yes, definitely. And I think it's good because I'm hoping other instructors and coaches out there will kind of listen and take some of the perspective from the ladies and understand what they're looking for and how they can be a better coach to them to help them become a better shooter.
Right. And I just think that, like I said before, if you have the drive to do this or the willingness to do this, you're not going to make excuses to get out and train. Yes, I know money is a real thing, believe me, but you will find a way to make that work to get out and train, and you will.
I just thought of something Jen said because I don't know if we stressed it or not, but she said, if I have to, I'll do what I need to do because I've been trained to do it, but she'll do what she's not dependent on the mama bear mythos, freaking bullcrap energy I hear people bring up. Oh, I'll just mama bear. Honey, you have zero skills. You're going to get snatched by your freaking hair and thrown against the wall. That's what you're going to do because what are you going to do? Scratch his eyes out? You're going to get your ass beat. So having that mama bear freaking heart, but also a skill set, makes you truly dangerous. Having a mama bear heart and no skill set just makes you a really badly aerodynamic softball that somebody throws into a wall.
Well, I think everybody just needs, especially ladies, just need to remember what Elizabeth Warren talked about years ago. Don't you remember what she said? Well, no, I'm
Native American. Let me in college for free.
No, you don't remember. She said if a man is trying to rape you, to pee on him, and that'll make him stop. And that's why you don't need a gun.
I pay extra for that.
I was going to say there might be some men who actually think that's a turn on.
Exactly. Especially someone that with already that demented mentality with what they're about to do. Yes, I mean, I heard that and I was like, you've got to be kidding me.
Mm-hmm.
Understand? One of my friends, mentors, and host of the original guy that got me to host the Second is for Everyone diversity shoot at his place, Anthony Calandro, he said, once you understand anti-gun politicians hate you, then you won't be surprised anymore at the things they say.
Oh, no. So true. So true.
Absolutely true.
100% true. I mean, just some of their mentality behind some of this. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And I mean, Jocko Willink even said it. And I mean, he's huge with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and, teaches and stuff. But, he even said, your best self-defense is a gun. Go get one and learn how to use it. Hence,
No. But hold on. Your best self-defense is a gun. Because Jocko likes whispering and sounding like he's making perverted phone calls that come from inside the house. So Jocko, this is my podcast. What is wrong with him, dude? Speak up. It's just creepy.
Right.
Ma'am, the call's coming from inside the house. Who's Jocko?
Sometimes I am waiting on him to go, I'm Batman.
I mean, seriously, dude, your voice is not dramatic. Drink some milk, sir. Drink some milk.
No, don't drink milk. Don't drink milk. Don't drink milk. Chris knows why. Don't drink milk.
Oh, God.
You need some milk and almonds.
No, you don't.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
Anyway,
Uh,
ladies.
Anyways,
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on, Jen, because I think hearing a lady's perspective is important because I get tired of dudes telling me how ladies think. I'm like, bro, if you knew how women think, you wouldn't be trying to make money as a freaking firearms instructor. You'd be a multi-billionaire selling books and programs. All right. So why don't you listen to the ladies? That's why I feel blessed to have friends like you, Jen, like Jara, like the female instructors I've met. Uh-oh. Put a quarter in the jar. Something's wrong with this
I don't know
connection.
what happened there. Sorry about that.
Might just
The
be
schlock
me.
liquor household is falling
Schlop
apart.
liquor. The schlop liquor now.
Jesus.
I gotta do something about the last thing before the next show. Yeah, just you need to actually listen to female instructors and females in general if you want to have them as a customer base. And encourage them. And I think you should. But if it's out of your wheelhouse, then just don't deal with them. Just don't be that sucky ass dude.
Yeah, just, really listen to women. Like, don't pretend like you're listening to them. Because I think there's a lot of men out there in general that will do that, and it's like a narcissistic trait. Like, they think they know everything. Don't do that. If you really want to have females in your classes, don't be that person. You need to listen to them. You need to support them. You need to be emotionally intelligent, like, to understand that they might be thinking on a different level than you are, and even another male.
And build them up.
Absolutely.
Build them up. Don't bring them down.
It goes back to something I learned being in the corporate world. Know your audience.
Yeah,
You can't.
100%.
You're not going to be able to describe some of this stuff to. And I don't really want to necessarily just single out ladies, but newer shooters in general, like you would an experienced shooter or a novice shooter, somebody that's been doing it a little bit longer. Help them understand this stuff.
Right.
Don't try to talk at that tactical level to make yourself sound cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, really try to have them make sense of like simple language, like you said, the tactical like verbiage. Don't use that stuff. Just make it be really simple so that everybody can understand.
Yeah. So when you're talking about the trigger safety, this is called the dingus.
Or even just talking about, hey, hold your gun at a low ready. They're probably not going to understand what low ready is, but there's nothing wrong with saying point your gun down at the ground.
Right.
Point your gun up.
That's after milk and almonds.
And some baby oil.
Oh, shit. All right,
No, I
fellas.
think this has been a great episode. We had a really good conversation. Yes, again, thank you, Jen, for coming on and willing to share your story, and especially allowing us to put the video up as well so people can truly understand, what you've had to overcome. I think that's going to be a huge help out there, and especially for the ladies. We might not have a lot of ladies listening right now, but we might in the future, or we might get lucky and catch some. We hope this kind of helps you out and helps you see that not every firearms instructor is out there to teach you how to be the SWAT operator, the Navy SEAL Ranger that you might meet out there walking around. Just come in and take some training and get more comfortable with your firearm and understand that we are here to help you. I think it's been a great episode too. I hope everybody's enjoyed it. Again, thank you, Jen, and we hope everybody has a good night.
I'm gonna end too. Like, we had her share her accent. I just want people to understand too is keep listening, because we have somebody that we will be bringing on that is going to drive home the training even more so. And he's a good friend of all of ours. And I think that episode, if this doesn't drive it home, it just keeps driving the importance of training to people. And I do agree this is a good conversation. I'm glad that Jen is able to share her story because I think people need to hear it. Yeah, it's been a good episode, I think. And granted, I know we got off the rails several times, but come on, it's going to happen. But we also hopefully we got the point across in the Gary conversation. So.
Yeah, I hope you guys had as much fun listening as we had doing this. His pronouns are